Okay, everyone, we have a bit of a different pregame stream here today. I had to pay a lot of money for these two guys to be here. So you guys better hit the like, but a lot of money. They charged a lot.
Yeah. Flights, hotels, everything. He hooked it up.
I didn't pay for any of that, but didn't pay. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't afford that. One question before we start. Can you all hear them very well? Jake and Zealand. Jake, one second.
What up? How we doing, chat?
Can you guys hear Jake, Zealand?
Hi, Chad. I'm over here.
Okay, hopefully you guys can hear them. This will be a very quick stream. It's just a pregame stream. We're all going to go to the game together. Pete will be there as well. We're going to talk about the schedule, projected starting 11, and then we'll be all set to go to the game here in Austin. And if you guys are going to Austin, we will be tweeting out someplace y'all can meet us, so keep an eye out for that, or maybe on Instagram. And we're going to be doing a vlog content, so if you want to show up, you're welcome to do so. And if you don't know, this is Jake from B4 Lancer. You guys probably know him. And this is Zealand from Zealand.
Zealand from Zealand.
Zealand from Zealand. That's the best I could come up with. But boys, and Zealand, might want to, if you can, come in a little bit here. So today we have the United States playing Trinidad and Tobago at home for a spot in the Copa America. If we go back 4 years ago, we played Trinidad and Tobago away, and we failed to qualify to the World Cup. This is not the same Trinidad and Tobago side. It's also not the same U.S. men's national team side. Me and Jake actually talked about this quite a bit, and we want to hear from you guys in the chat too. So we'll start with you, Zealand. What's the bare minimum score today to be acceptable?
3-0.
Bare minimum?
Bare minimum.
Like that?
And that's not like, I know we're missing Pulisic, right? I know that we're not going to be at 100%, and this is not one of those, this is a Nations League final, so we're finally going to get the actual team is it's going to be at a major tournament like Copa America or the World Cup. But Trinidad, I think that 3-0, Trinidad and Tobago is just worse than they were, even when they beat us. They're just not as good. They're the type of team that needs a golden generation. They need a couple of guys that are in the English leagues that are able to contribute to the national team. They don't have those guys right now. And, even when we failed to beat them, it was in Trinidad and Tobago, and you were playing on a tough field, right? I know that's a bad excuse for missing.
And we kind of suck, too.
Yeah,
we weren't that good.
Yeah, and we had Omar Gonzalez playing center back, which, look, he's better than me, right? But he's not. I would prefer to have the guys we have now.
Just barely better than you.
Yeah, you see his forehead? I can get the ball off the back line. No, but it's 3-0. If we win this 1 or 2-0 and it's nerve-wracking, I'm going to be really uncomfortable. Yeah. And I think that feels like a loss. This needs to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I also think we're going to go and play Trinidad away, right? And we know Berhalter's record away in CONCACAF. It's not really good. So if we go and we beat them 1-0, things can get complicated away. It has to be a game where 3-0 is not even a massive result. 3-0 is just as if we beat Mexico 1-0. Actually, Mexico, these days it's 2-0 at least, right?
They're bad too. Everybody in CONCACAF seems to be worse than they were 10 years ago, except for us. We're the only team that's gone, us and Curacao. We're the only teams that have gone the other direction, right? Mexico got worse. Costa Rica got worse. Honduras got worse. Everybody's getting worse.
Canada got better.
That's
Canada's
okay.
good.
Us, Canada, Curacao, the other 40 countries are going down. I'm big on Curacao, man. I'm a believer.
Right.
And El Salvador. I didn't forget about
Even though Curacao was in the same group as Trinidad and they didn't qualify to the quarterfinals.
Oh, that's okay. Trinidad is 15 times the people. Curaçao's doing its best.
Yeah. They have some Dutch guys too.
They're all Dutch guys.
They're all
Trinidad has 1.5 million population. The state of Texas has 30 million. So there's no excuses there for any sort of like we said, even a goal conceded, right? No. Would you accept a late on goal maybe if we make a lot of subs, put some young guys in? Is one goal okay? Late on, if it happens, it happens.
One goal's fine, but
okay.
I think what was the first game we played Trinidad after they knocked us out of the World Cup?
Destroyed them.
We beat them 6-1.
Yeah.
So one goal is fine in that sort of they score a set piece or whatever. But if we actually get worked, if they pass their way through our team,
that's not going to happen.
No, I'm going to be staring daggers at Greg.
Well, let me ask you one thing though. We beat Uzbekistan 3-0.
Right.
But it was
I have a lot of respect for Uzbekistan.
But it was a ridiculous.
I actually do. Everybody else hates on him.
But wasn't it a bit of a ridiculous 3-0? Because it was 1-0. We didn't play well, and then we scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes when they were playing man down. It was a friendly.
We can't have that. We can't.
No.
Or can we?
Well, not against Trinidad. Against Uzbekistan, they drew Mexico.
Is that good?
Game. I mean, for Uzbekistan, that's that's peak. Well, also, I think the best part is that most people don't even know where Uzbekistan is. So the fact that Mexico has to live in a world
Yeah.
where they drew Uzbekistan just really makes my day.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
What's your bare minimum? Same 3-0.
I don't know, man. I think we need 4 goals. If we concede, I don't mind us conceding as long as it's a good goal from Trinidad, right? I want to see a lot of goals, man. I want to see a brace from someone, whether it's Balogun or Pepe or whoever's up front, right? I want to see someone score a brace, and then I want to see our midfield. I want to see some goals from the midfield. I want to see players flying up the wings, putting in good balls. I want to see a lot of assists. I just want to see some stats be put up by our team, right? A little stat padding tonight, right? Get the confidence up for the boys. So I'm thinking 4 goals minimum. If we concede 1, that's fine. I want to see 4 goals. I want to see 4.
Yeah, I would like to see a lot of stat padding. I do need Balogun to score a hat trick because I said that if he doesn't, I'll have to concede and accept that Santi Jimenez is better. And I really don't want to concede on that. I still think Balogun is better than Santi Jimenez. So I need a Balogun hat trick. I want Gio Reyna to step up because Pulisic won't be there.
Yeah.
Weah won't be there. So it's the perfect game for Gio to be the protagonist with Balogun. I understand it's Trinidad, so they could score a hat trick. It doesn't mean that much. But again, if you're not going to score a hat trick against Trinidad at home, who are you going to score it against? Grenada? Maybe.
Grenada. This is the type of game we should bring Jossie Zardes back because he always padded his stats.
He's here. He's here. Well, he's in Austin. He plays for Austin.
Oh my God, I didn't know he played for Austin.
Maybe he'll be at the game. We should throw him in.
No, these are the games that Jossie Zardes would score a hat trick in.
Speaking of Austin, I hope this crowd is. Hope we get a good crowd tonight. I hope it's loud. I've heard so many good things. Yeah, is it going to be packed?
I think so. I think it will.
It should be.
I mean, there's been like some controversy about the ticket prices stuff, but hopefully
is that the same for the national team?
Yeah. It's I was meeting specifically for the national team. I don't know if that's just Twitter having.
Well, I heard Austin FC tickets in general are like super expensive. Like it's like 100 minimum.
But they pack everything.
Yeah, they're doing a good. So this is a good soccer town, so it should be good.
So Brett, that you're going to meet Brett in a second. So by the way, anyone who doesn't know, Brett Oppenheim was the one that got us here. You guys are going to see him on the vlog. Jake's going to be doing a vlog. I'll be doing a vlog. Zealand will be doing something.
I haven't decided yet.
He'll figure something out. But we're here thanks to Brett. And Brett sent a super chat here. Thanks, Brett. He said, I have a random need to see Musa score. Wait, Musa has never scored for us.
Does he have 0 goals for you?
I think. Wait. I need to look. I can't. I'm trying. I cover this religiously every freaking day, but I can't remember a Musa goal for the U.S. men's national team.
We're on the transfer right now.
Yeah, I'm putting up Transfermarkt, guys. So give me a second. We're looking up. Musa has never scored for the U.S. men's national team. So I'm actually with Brett on that one. That would be a good game for Musa to just get that goal.
Yeah, this is peak CONCACAF. Quarterfinal, Trinidad and Tobago playing, right? This would be like your first U.S. goal if you have the big decision process Yunus Musa has. It can't be like Argentina and Copa America. It's got to be
Trinidad.
It's got to be Trinidad, or it's at El Salvador or something.
And it has to be a very weird goal.
It can't just going to be majestic.
No.
There's only one player that's allowed to score majestic goals in the U.S. national team.
Breck Shea?
Serginho does.
Okay, Serginho does.
Yeah, he's the only one that's allowed to score majestic goals. Everybody else just scores like, even Gio Reyna, it's like a tap in off the corner bouncing.
We don't see too many screamers, right?
It can also be a Jossie Zardes goal where he kicks it off the post, it hits his head, he's like confused and knocked out. The ball's in the goal, everyone's celebrating. He's like, what happened? Trying to figure out. He just scored. Who did he score against like that? He scored like that in 2019, I think. Zardes.
I remember laughing at that.
Yeah, was it Canada? I think he scored against Canada like that.
Oh, Canada.
Zardes. Okay. That's also CONCACAF. S27 say Greg Berhalter should be fired if we struggle against Trinidad. He's not getting fired.
He's not getting fired until after the next World Cup.
Yeah, maybe.
And then what I'm sad is that he'll probably be the coach for a long time, and I maybe he'll grow into it. But what I've seen so far, that's like, as a fan, I struggle with it.
What about at the U.S. choke Copa America though?
He's not getting fired with that
because it'd be a year before the World Cup, right?
We just went through the whole process, and it was like it could have. Yeah, they're all in on Greg.
Yeah, they're all in. We have to just accept it.
They're gonna also go what would be choking the Copa America? Failing to get out of the group. That would be an embarrassment if we didn't, especially in pot one.
If we don't win, I think we should just
cut him.
No, get out of the group. Get out of the group is all you can hope.
Yeah, I think if we don't
but
beat Brazil and Argentina, you fire Greg.
no, 100%. Yeah, Neymar. All you got to do is bring Neymar's sister and put her in the stands, and then he'll just get all distracted.
What if Endrick is doing well? What do you do with him?
He's not though, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Gabby Magalhaes just destroyed him in training like yesterday.
Magalhães.
I'm sorry, I forgot I was talking to a Brazilian who's going to destroy my pronunciation.
Magalhães. I'll help you guys with Portuguese. Magalhães.
Oh, there's an extra syllable in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gabriel Magalhães, for anyone that
What
doesn't
he
know.
said, that guy.
That guy.
Destroyed Endrick in training.
He did push Endrick. It's true. Endrick is 17, so that almost feels like it's illegal.
It's
like an adult hitting a child.
It is.
Yeah.
Legally an adult hitting a child.
Legally.
He should press charges.
Magalhães is arrested.
Yeah. So I think, okay, Copa America, we should be the 4th best team. On the world rankings, I think we're the 3rd best team.
It's funny that you're bringing that up because we actually had a very long conversation about that yesterday. And we came to the conclusion, believe it or not, that the bare minimum in the Copa America is actually the semifinals.
It's tough because it depends. Like the draw could be so.
Yeah,
but we're pot one. We're pot one. So
we're pot one.
So technically, we won't play Brazil, Argentina until the semifinals, which means we would be playing Uruguay, Ecuador, Colombia. And at home, I would say I like our odds. I would say that
Uruguay is the team that I was like, they might be better than us because Colombia is a little down, and then I think we probably act like Chile's obviously way down from their golden generation.
Oh, they've been down for a long time.
Yeah. Well, since 2016, they won the Copa America in 2016, and now they're down horrendous. So it's weird to think about, but we really legitimately could be the 3rd best team.
And then President Chip saying, "B4, what's up? Love all of your channels.
Let's go.
All of them. I don't know
even mine." Eric Silva saying, "Austin fans always bring it in Q2 is a great place to see the U.S. men's national team. If I see y'all tonight, I'm buying the first round.
Hey, let's go.
We'll hold you accountable." And look,
he paid us a lot to be here. We can get the first round.
A lot.
I can't wait to see Q2 though. Like
I might even have to file for bankruptcy like FTX after bringing you two here. Like FTX, I'm gonna have to pull in FTX.
Coffeezilla is gonna make a video about it.
Mm-hmm. I got scammed by Zealand and before. But I've been to 2 Austin FC games, and yes, I do also agree with you. The atmosphere is tremendous here. It's great. I had a great time, and I've been to multiple MLS stadiums, and I can assure you there were great ones, there were terrible ones, but Austin FC was one of the great ones.
It's going to be probably a lot different though from a U.S. game versus an Austin F. What is this?
You're welcome. Actually, I'm sorry. I probably just ruined like a significant portion of your life when it comes to time management, but I'm glad you enjoy FM.
You definitely ruined anyone's dating life when you become an FM player.
Hey. Yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
I was playing in my hotel room before I came over to this hotel room, so it's legit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really played much of football. I have it, but I haven't played much because my girl. Well, I'm not blaming my girlfriend. Please, I love you. I'm not saying that before she thinks I'm blaming her. Just don't have time.
So the contrast is girlfriend or FM.
You choose whatever you want.
You get to choose what you want.
Yeah, or you try to get your girlfriend to play FM, which probably won't happen. That won't happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
Frank Castro saying, "Where's Pete?" So Pete had an acting gig yesterday. He's catching a plane today, so he'll be with us like right at game time. He'll arrive here at Austin, so he's gonna miss the barbecue we're gonna have later today. Some Texan barbecue here. Devonta Jones is saying, "I was Guyana."
It was Guyana. He scored the goal against.
It was Guyana that Zardis. He also had a fluke goal off deflection. Greg's first ever game, but Ecuador, the Ecuador game. I remember that. That was in 2019. That was the one I was talking about. Ecuador. That was like early 2019. Early. Saying Zealand on FM is a better coach than Berhalter. I believe that.
Hey, I coached the U.S. on FM.
Did you win the World Cup?
A decade into the future. I did not win the World Cup.
No.
But I did win the Nations League and the Gold Cup, so clearly it's not that hard. I won the Nations League and the Gold Cup. And that team was worse than the one we have now. This Football Manager gives the U.S. a terrible youth.
They're xenophobic.
They're an anti-American company. That's what I call it.
Well, we talked about this with FIFA. We're gonna make that claim. They have some xenophobic ratings.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with that.
Well, the youth rating for the U.S. is like the same as like the DR Congo, like legitimately in the game.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
Egypt has a higher youth rating than the U.S. in Football Manager. Well, I think
Mo Salah tax.
It's more complicated than that because The youth rating affects like the quality of players that start in the game, and then the facilities in the country and the league quality helps. So like, you know,
who makes Football Manager?
Sports Interactive. It's a
Where they out of?
It's Sega basically.
Oh, okay.
So Sega owns Sports Interactive. They're in England.
Okay.
So their ratings on Pulisic were always a little low. Like they've never. I don't think they're super.
I'll say this though, in terms of
they're not buying in yet.
Senior team players on FM, for the most part, it's fair. Like McKennie has a good rating. I love him in FM. Musa, Gio Reyna is very high.
They love. FM actually loves.
Yeah. But like you said,
more than the coach in Dortmund does.
That is true. That's a low bar though. But
yeah,
but FM in terms of youth development, America doesn't develop anyone in FM. It's horrible.
No, and so I took that trash team and we still won stuff.
Is that beef? Yeah,
that's me.
We're going to the game later.
What's up?
How to bribe these
Does
guys?
Turner need a loan?
That's an interesting question. It's because here's the thing. When he moved to Nottingham Forest to become a starter, he upgraded because being a backup at Arsenal is worse than being a starter at Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, especially as a goalkeeper. But now he's a backup at Nottingham Forest. So I guess he downgraded?
He did. No, he traded down. This has always been my concern around Matt Turner, is that Matt Turner was on a hot streak. He was on an absolute heater. But we're also talking about a guy who was late to the game, late to learning the game. We're talking about a guy who walked on at Fairfield, right? Like, I feel like he is this type of player that has maximized every ounce of potential he had. Like, I don't know if there's any.
I don't think so.
For him to grow. He's like 29 too, right? He.
But that's not old for a goalkeeper.
It's not, but it's also like if you're still trying to grow and add to your game at that point, it's going to be tricky. And he was undrafted. He's done unbelievably well to get where he is in his career. I do think he's the U.S. #1.
Yeah, something has to change for him not to start in the World Cup.
Exactly.
Something crazy. Someone crazy has to come out of.
You might have said about Zach Steffen before the last World Cup.
That's true. Yeah.
And
I think Turner struggles with anything that is not shot stopping. Shot stopping, he's good enough for the Premier League. When it comes to maybe even how he communicates with his back line, when he comes out, distribution, all of that he lacks. And then it goes down to what you said. His development was far later. And it's very complicated for him to develop these aspects of the game if he didn't grow into it. Shot stopping, I can't really complain about Turner at all.
I think we're going to have a controversy. 2026 World Cup, if Gaga Slanina, the kid that just went to Chelsea, if he continues to develop, I think that you're going to end up with one of those, like, did Turner earn this and he's the guy because he earned it? Or is Gaga Slanina the better player by the time we get to the World Cup? Right now, I think Turner is definitely the guy. But I also think I don't think he's a Premier League starting goalkeeper. With the amount of money they have, I think if he goes to, like, the Netherlands,
Bundesliga, maybe mid-table. You don't think so?
Yeah, maybe with as much as they tend to love American players, but I just think that a top 5 league, I struggle to see him being able to lock down like a decades-long job as a starting goalkeeper.
Yeah, because of everything else he lacks. Nowadays in modern soccer, you require a goalkeeper that is at least decent with his feet, can come out of his line in a more effective way. If you're just going to play bunker ball and he's just going to have to shot stop, you'll be fine with Turner. But maybe Union Berlin can use him right now.
Yeah, no, somebody bad, then you just keep getting relegated. No, I was hoping he'd stick at Nottingham Forest. It's sad that he didn't.
The USMNT not playing Seattle is a crime. Well, that's us holding Seattle accountable for throwing us Jordan Morris and Roldan in the World Cup, especially the Jordan Morris one.
Jordan Morris, we need more power at this stage of the game. Okay,
power and strength, right?
Power and strength. Yeah.
What is it? Power and pace? I don't remember.
Something like that. Yeah. It was. That terrified me.
It's Berhalter. But everyone, we're going to wrap things up here right now. Before we go, I just want to put 2 things up. This is not the confirmed starting 11, but this is the projected starting 11 based off what Greg normally does. He'll probably play it safe. So he's probably going to go Turner on goal, Dest on the right, A-Rob on the left, Tim Ream and Richards as the 2 center backs, Luca Del Torre as the 6, Moose and McKennie as double pivots. He's probably going to shove Gio back out wide. I wouldn't be surprised because we don't have both starting wingers, Weah and Pulisic. Probably going to put Brendan Aronson, despite being in horrible form, almost as bad of a form as myself. Okay, not that bad, but bad. And Balogun up top. Now, this is the lineup I wanted to see, which we 100% won't see. It's a 3-5-2. That's what I wanted to see. We don't have our wingers, so I wanted to see a formation where the wing backs provide the width, not the wingers. So I wanted a back three, A-Rob and Dest. Also, Dest doesn't really like playing defense. That's not his thing. So he would push high up the field, 2 center forwards, Gio Reyna at the 10. That's what I wanted to see. But yeah, there's like no way we're gonna see this.
No, we won't. This would be awesome though, because this finally allows Serginho Dest to be himself. This would allow him to be himself.
And you keep Gio central.
Yeah, also that.
Yeah.
Would they ever go for it? Like if we do win this game, like 5-0, you think they'd experiment? Still, Greg wouldn't experiment, even if we have that big of a league going into leg 2?
I don't think so. I think we have enough data on Berhalter right now
Yeah.
that for him to change, it has to go back to that analogy I made yesterday about water hitting his ass. It's like water needs to hit his ass for him to learn how to swim.
So we need to, like, if we're losing, you're saying tonight, maybe he does something drastic.
Maybe, but that won't happen. That's the thing, right? It would have to be something really that puts him under pressure. Like, for example, in the World Cup, we were down against the Dutch. We looked like crap in the first half. He threw Gio as a center forward. He was like, he got desperate. Just like, Jesus is not working. I don't have Sargent. Haji Wright doesn't cut it. He did something out of desperation, which he never had done. So that's what I'm saying. It has to be a situation where he gets desperate. I don't see it happening tonight. I think we're going to win comfortably. So I don't see him trying that. Even though, I'll say one thing, Berhalter has teased in press conferences that he wants to actually get a back three to work this cycle, but then he also teased John Brooks coming back, and that ain't happening. So we don't know from Greg. But everyone, I think that wraps things up. Do you guys have anything else to add? Good to go?
No. Thanks for having
3-0.
us.
3-0.
3-0. What's your prediction? Actual prediction, so we close it. Actual prediction. Give it.
I'll go 4-0.
4-0?
I actually think will happen before 4-0.
I'm going to go 4-1.
I'm gonna go 7-1 because I want to recover. I want to recover from the Brazil-Germany.
I feel like it's
match.
going to be like 2-0 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recover from the Brazil. I still haven't had a team of mine win 7-1.
Well, doesn't happen.
So this would be like a good.
Yeah, that would be good for me. I know it's Trinidad and it's a bit
Yeah,
it's a bit different.
Germany.
It's a bit different for you to 7-1 Trinidad at home while Germany 7-1 Brazil in Brazil. I think that's a bigger. That is
Progress.
a bigger. Yeah.
It's all about progress.
Baby steps. But everyone, thanks for watching. We're going to get content done, vlogs, much more. You guys obviously know Zealand and B4 Lancer, but if you don't, I'll put their handles on the description of this video. Thanks for watching. And if you're going to the game, we'll put it on Twitter where we'll be. You can meet up with all of us. See ya.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye-bye. Ciao. I covered you. My bad. All right. Now, bye.